And jury selection is set to begin today in the historic trial of Hunter Biden. The president's son is facing felony charges accused of knowingly lying on a federal form about his drug use in order to buy a gun. It marks the first time ever the child of a sitting president is going on trial. ABC News senior national correspondent Terry Moran has the latest from Delaware.
The trial of Hunter Biden begins at the federal courthouse in Wilmington, Delaware, the first time in U.S. history that the child of the sitting president has gone on trial. President Joe Biden's only living son faces 3 federal gun charges for allegedly obtaining a firearm while he was addicted to drugs. For years, Hunter Biden has spoken publicly about his struggles with addiction.
I've made mistakes in my life and wasted opportunities and privileges I was afforded. For that, I'm responsible.
Prosecutors say that in October 2018, during a time they say Hunter Biden was addicted to drugs, he purchased this Colt revolver and allegedly lied on a federal form that he was not addicted to drugs. In his memoir, Beautiful Things, Biden writing that in the fall of 2018, he had hopes of getting clean through a new therapy. Through it all, President Biden has stood by his son.
I have great confidence in my son. I love him. And he's on the straight and narrow, and he has been for a couple years now, and I'm just so proud of him.
The trial is expected to be deeply personal and potentially embarrassing for the first family. Prosecutors are relying on photos and text messages from Hunter Biden, including this one allegedly sent just 2 days after purchasing the gun. "I was sleeping on a car smoking crack on 4th Street and Rodney." Biden's own Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed a special prosecutor, David Weiss, a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney in Delaware, to oversee this case. Weiss reached a plea deal with Hunter Biden last year, but during a hearing in July, that deal fell apart after tough questioning by the same federal judge who will now oversee Hunter Biden's trial.
ABC News senior national correspondent Terry Moran joins me now from Delaware. Terry, what are you watching for today as this jury selection starts?
Well, Diane, first, how the jurors respond to this case, and they will know the nature of it. Not only is Hunter Biden, the president's son, there in the dock at the defendant's table, but First Lady Jill Biden has arrived today as well, shortly after, to stand by her son in this moment of trial. But also, inevitably, lawyers will be interested in the politics of jurors. Obviously, this case is not about politics, but given it's the president's son, given our polarized politics, they want to know about that. But I think they will more deeply want to know about jurors' attitudes about addiction and personal responsibility. There's hardly an American family that hasn't been touched by the scourge of drug addiction. And they'll want to explore that. Drug addiction, obviously not by itself an excuse for criminal behavior. And in fact, the defense's apparent way of countering the prosecution here is to say that Hunter Biden sincerely believed at the time that he bought that gun that he was not addicted. He was struggling in therapy. We'll see how that goes down. But I think that's the major issue in the case for the jurors. And lawyers today will want to explore how these jurors think about those things.
And Terry, Hunter Biden's also facing federal charges in California for allegedly evading taxes. That trial is set for the fall. How big is this to be seeing for the first time in U.S. history a sitting president's son facing trial now for the first time with another one on the horizon? And how is this all expected to impact the president's reelection campaign?
Well, absolutely. The fact that this is coming during an election year, this and the trial scheduled really in the heart of the election campaign in the fall, that is unprecedented and will be a factor in the election if the Republicans have anything to say about it. This case obviously is a sad and sordid tale of drug addiction and its consequences for the Biden family. It's that other case, the federal tax evasion case, that Republicans have been focused more on because it gets at the source of Hunter Biden's money. And that is where Republicans argue there is corruption in the Biden family, corruption that may even reach the president. So expect to hear more about that, but they're going to try and make hay with all of these personal and political problems for the president.
All right, senior national correspondent Terry Moran. Thank you, Terry.